Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel. Although Christine's husband died quickly, Kody never showed her love. After just 1 week of dating, Christine Brown reveals that David Woolley fell in love with her. Furthermore, Kody Brown appears to take pride in the fact that he has never loved Christine. Not in the slightest. After over 30 years of marriage, Christine told her children that after a week and a day into their new relationship, she and David exchanged "I love you" words. When her mother broke the news to Michael T. Brown Padron, she was completely stunned. She exclaimed, "What?" According to Christine, David was the first to say it. But she quickly responded. According to Padron Brown, he wanted his mother to be happy and protected, as well as the fact that he would wait to pass judgment until he had met David. On Sister Wives, Christine talked about how she knew she was in love with David. David pushed her near to him while he was with his family. And for the first time in her life, Christine reported feeling at ease. Christine claimed to have noticed that their heartbeats and souls were in time, and she could be with him for the rest of her life. David proposed a few months later. A few months later, they got married. They are currently commemorating their wedding anniversary. And since he escorted his mother down the aisle, Padron obviously gave it his blessing. After a week, Christine Brown fell in love with David Woolley. The romance between Kody Brown and Christine isn't particularly romantic. In fact, it's hardly a romance at all. Kody regarded Christine as chubby but cute prior to their marriage. He added that it icked him out to see her eat. After feeling unloved for 27 years, Christine eventually broke up with Kody. He also acknowledged that no affection had been lost. He never loved her at all, which is why Kody claimed that he had a biblical duty to marry his first 3 wives. Furthermore, he never considered their compatibility. Robin Brown, his 4th wife, was the only woman he claimed to love, and claimed that when he met her, he sobbed with happiness. Kody admitted that he feels guilty about not loving his other 3 spouses. Kody, however, believes he was still affectionate with them. Christine discovered that Kody had developed feelings for Robin. During their romance, she saw his giddiness while he was getting ready for a date with Robin, and it broke her. The rest of the family fell by the wayside once Kody met Robin, according to Mary. Kody Brown acknowledges that in their 27-year marriage, he never loved Christine. The stark contrast between their relationships is further highlighted by Kody's scathing remarks on Christine in 2023. She was referred to as a *T sister wife, but acknowledged the possibility that she could make a suitable wife to David. She was also called a mean girl by Kody. In addition, he claimed that she liked to irritate him. He was upset that Christine was riding off into the sunset while his life was falling apart. Additionally, he holds himself responsible for marrying a woman he never loved. With David Woolley, Christine has discovered the happiness and love she deserves. She likens her feelings for David to the desire to always be by each other's sides that she thinks Kody and Robin share. Regarding Kody, why isn't he content if he is with the only woman he says he loves? Kody appears to be dealing with an issue that he caused. Christine Brown of the Sister Wives sees children as her therapist? Does Christine Brown Woolley act as a therapist for her children? She seems to have lost sight of the fact that her 6 children and their partners are just that, children. Though not always, they can offer a shoulder to weep on and an ear to listen. This has been noticed by fans, who are now criticizing her. What do they say? For further information, continue reading. While the original Sister Wives went about their respective lives, Christine Brown Woolley raised the kids alone. Mary Brown was a recluse who fell in love with Robin Brown, who would become their 4th wife. Janelle Brown, the 2nd wife, was always out of the house or doing her own thing since she enjoyed working. After completing real estate classes and earning their licenses as agents, Janelle and Christine eventually began to bond in Las Vegas. It was a fresh experience for Christine, even if she never practiced. She and Janelle remained close in Flagstaff, and their children have always been a cohesive family. The extent of Janelle and Christine's affection for one another disturbed Kody Brown. Their close sisterhood was shocking and a kick in the face because, according to him, they had been disparaging each other for years. When Christine relocated to Utah and left the plural family, this continued. However, Christine confided a lot in her older children while Janelle was still in Flagstaff. She has made her kids her confidants in her dating life. Ultimately, is Christine Brown Woolley better off with a therapist to vent to or with more friends? Or would it be simpler if Janelle Brown lived nearby? Additional comments from Sister Wives fans. I believe the show tells her to do this because they are aware that viewers enjoy seeing the children. However, she most likely needs more friends. I would hold off on passing judgment on her since we don't know if she has any girlfriends. It was generally agreed that the reason it went astray was because producers probably pressed Christine to talk about these issues with her kids. Although it has been revealed that she has friends, it is unclear how close they are. Feels it really that big of a deal if she feels a little giddy? This is her first serious relationship outside of Kody Brown. Fans of his sister wives see warning signs in David, Christine Brown's husband. The beginning of the relationship between Christine Brown Woolley and her current husband, David Woolley. Some individuals don't believe that Christine's portrayal of her glitzy new relationship is accurate. Additionally, during those initial interviews, viewers see some warning signs with Christine and David. Fans of Sister Wives will hear the backstory in Season 19, even though Christine Brown Woolley and David Woolley already showcased their lovely wedding at the conclusion of Season 18. There is no doubt that some of her children, and perhaps his as well, found Christine and David's rapid pace startling. Similarly, when Tony Padron contrasts David and Kody Brown, he believes Christine has a type. Unquestionably, Christine is ecstatic to present David, her love, and she isn't noticing any warning signs. However, as they observe the start of their developing connection, fans notice a lot. Christine Brown Woolley is perceived by some as having rose-colored glasses that prevent her from seeing potential problems in her relationship. Fans of Sister Wives identify warning signs with Christine and her husband, David Woolley, on Reddit. A user first states, David red flag. David seems nice and all, they continue, but the way they met and how quickly everything happened is just a huge red flag to me. David acknowledges that he had already seen the show and knew who Christine was. Additionally, David's daughter has said that she told him about Christine leaving Kody and that they would get along well. Then they coincide online by chance? Then a week later, David is calling Christine his unicorn and declaring his love for her? I apologize, but that seems really phony to me. Someone adds, a dude, telling me he loves me after a week would be the biggest red flag for me. A delicate subject regarding David's first marriage is raised by another user, stating, both sides have red flags. Christine coming from a plural marriage with the last 10+ years being on TV and an acrimonious split. David jumping into a relationship with a reality TV star and filming the early stages of their relationship knowing his wife killed herself and alleged he was abusive in her suicide note. Both of them being in their 50s and within weeks of knowing each other posting on social media about being soulmates. David curating his social media before the big announcement by Christine on social media. I hope they're both happy and they seem to be, but there are red flags all over it. Some people think that the expedited timeline is to cover up Christine Brown Woolley and David Woolley's dating relationship going on sooner than they announced. One fan suggests that the timeline is skewed. There's been speculation that Christine and David started dating much earlier than what they are publicly saying. If that's true, then they have to play up how certain they were early on to justify why they moved so quickly, in order to be consistent with the modified timeline. About them being in their 50s, I think the older you get, generally, the more you know yourself and you know what you want. Relationships move faster for older people than they do when we're young. I mean, not let's get engaged after 3 months fast usually, but certainly not let's date for a few years first like in your 20s. However, other people discussed that they have been in relationships that started fast and lasted a long time. Not everyone is skeptical of Christine and David's beginnings. Another person defends, I don't find the timeline of their relationship is fishy at all. I met, dated, engaged, and married my husband in 7 months. I was single for 2 years. He just got out of a long-term relationship 1 month before we met. It's been 28 years already. I believe when she said something like, "When you know, you know." He was the one. And vice versa with David. "She's my unicorn." I'm in my late 30s now, but my husband and I started living together about a month after we met. We celebrate 15 years of marriage in January. 17 years together. Everyone is different. Some people think Christine Brown Woolley and David Woolley already had family running in the same circles. In many ways, Christine was happy that David was well aware of polygamy, so she didn't have to explain as much about her tricky plural past. Of course he knew who she was. He's a Woolley and she's an Allred. The AUB was founded by his family and then led by hers. He stayed in Salt Lake, so is likely in frequent contact with a lot of members and former members. It's not surprising at all that they'd match based on any of their similarities. But another viewer says, David is not related to the Woolleys of the AUB. His father converted to mainstream LDS from some other flavor of Christianity. The only person she was ever going to match with was someone already in the community. No other dude was going to understand why she did polygamy or her background. And those communities tend to move fast with marriage and dating. Although some Sister Wives viewers think David Woolley has red flags, Christine Brown Woolley's family mostly flagged the fast pace they were going to get down the aisle. But some fans admit that anyone was a step up from Christine's marriage to Kody Brown. Likewise, David even admitted that Christine was aggressive and desperate for some affection after being deprived by Kody. Those of us not born/raised/married into the weird worlds of the AUB, polygamy, and reality TV are gonna spot a lot of red flags that Christine would miss entirely. David could sprout horns and breathe fire and viewers would say, whoa, red flags, but Christine would probably go, still better than Kody. That bar was set so low by Christine's ex that anyone Christine chose as a partner would be an improvement.